baako ɛnan 4 months na me ɛne wo ɛne wo nua ɔtɛ wo nkyɛn yɛkɔto aba ama yɛdaakye yɛkɔto aba ahwɛ sɛnea yɛdaakye ɛbɛkɔ ama yɛn ɛne yɛn nuanom a aka na ɛmpɛn pii no adeɛ baako a ɛtaa si ne sɛ ɛyɛ na mpanimfoɔ no bi a ɔmo ba yɛ nim sɛ yɛto aba ma ɔmo ɔmo yɛ ɔmo adwene sɛ ɔmo deɛ sɛ yɛto aba ma ɔmo a edwuma a yɛfɛ na edwuma paa no ɔmo nyɛ bi da na deɛ ɔmo yɛ nyinaa ne sɛ abatoɔ mmerɛ ne so na sɛ yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ yɛkɔto aba a na yɛaba yɛyɛ a ɔmo nim sɛ ɛmmerɛ a ɛbere bi twɛ mu no a yɛde ɔman ne hyɛ ɔmo nsa sɛ ɔmo bɛdi anim na yɛsesa na ɛsiane sɛ yɛsoso nti deɛ ɔmo yɛ nti a yɛn deɛ ɔmo yɛ nti a yɛdaakye deɛ ɔmo yɛ nti a yɛman no ɛyɛ a na ɔmo nim sɛ yɛso nti yɛnkae enti 2024 abato a yɛkɔkɔto yi NDC foɔ a yɛne ɔmo kɔkɔto aba no deɛ ɔmo ka nyinaa ne sɛ 8 years ago our leader former president Mahama enya kwan ɛbɛyɛ ɔmampanin no ɔmo se na yɛ agency foɔ no na yɛ susa na yɛde 8 years ɛne 10 years eti akamea no ɔmo dum no for 4 years no ɔmo se yɛ refi ɔmo se yɛ nuanom no a na ɔmo di yɛ nim no a na ɔmo wie junior high school a ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔ secondary school a afi biara ɔmo gya 100,000 ɛtena fie no ɔmo se yɛn ne yɛ susa eti yɛ mu eti yɛ kae ɔmo se ɛmra ɔmo pie ɔmo no ɛka kyerɛ Ghanafoɔ nyinaa sɛ ɔpɛ sika ɔde bɛma me ɛne wo ɛne yɛn a yɛn ne bi yɛbɛtumi de akɔ school free no ɔmfa saa sika no ɛndi sɛ adwuma no deɛ ɔmo ka ne sɛ ɛnɛ yɛwerɛ fi ɛsiane sɛ ne yɛ so a NDC foɔ ɛne soade wo nyinaa ne sɛ ɔmo kɔ into these elections with the background information sɛ yɛyɛ a ɛnɛ yɛyɛ opportunity ne yɛtumi anya aban aboa yɛn na nka ɛbɔ aka yɛbɛka hyɛ latɛ yɛbɛka hyɛ mambo ase yɛbɛka hyɛ ntatiaman yɛbɛka hyɛ soɔ yaa ba ɛsiane MPP na nado dampo akufoɔ no ɛne Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ɛkwan a ɔmofa so ma yɛ kwan ɛma yɛ so yɛtumi nyɛ bie ɔmo sɛ yɛwerɛ fi ɛsiane sɛ ne yɛ sa membisa wɔ sɛ bi anyɛ bia mowura fi sɛ mmerɛ bi na nkɔla bebree ka kyerɛ kyerɛ ɔmotumi kɔ so wɔ naa mowura fi sɛ yɛ maame no ɛne yɛ papa no adwuma sɛ yɛ ɛsiane dumsɔ anaa mowura fi sɛ nnwuma ɛsɛ yɛ ɛma yɛ maame no nnwuma ɛgu yɛ mowura fi anaa moma yɛ nyinaa ka yɛ ho mmom sɛ wowɔ 18 years what it means is that ɛmmerɛ papa no ma yɛ ɔmampanin no na wɔde 10 years na sɛ woahu mpa wo maame bɛka kyerɛ hɔ sɛ woante mpa ɛnɛ wo papa bɛka kyerɛ hɔ na the good news is that ɛnɛ yɛn mu bebree yɛnyɛ opportunity a yɛtumi de akɔ so eti yɛn mu na yɛante saa mmerɛ no koraa ɛnɛ yɛbɛtumi akenkan na yɛakasa nso yɛhu deɛ ɛsiiɛ wɔ mmerɛ a ɔnya saa kwan nyame ada wo ma New Patriotic Party ada wo ma ɛne walewalefoɔ ada wo ma nti ɛnɛ ɔma ma yɛ mpanin a ɔwɔ abadaeɛ ɛma yɛn mmeranteɛ ne mmabaawa ɔma ma yɛ mpanin a ɛnɛ ɔde ahiafoɔ ho na sɛ wokɔhwɛ akwadaa bi a wɔawie school a wɔanya all ones ɛwɔ BEC na wɔaka tena fie ɛwɔ timba nkwanta na wotumi nya kwan ɛmɛ school a wokɔto aba no a wobɛhwɛ saa akwadaa no na wode ato aba ma dɔta ma wode ɔbɛ wonia bi no a wonim sɛ ɛsiane sɛ bi ne fie nti ɔtumi nya saa ahoɔden no ɛmpo Garanta no so be sign no. Eso ye teacher. Eso ye doctor. Eso ye obi a oye aban eduma. The question is, what enemy ye ya ye fie ye ni obi a owo sa eduma no on to be sign by. Etina ye they are catching fie. And then Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ama ya konya ama hunua no enemy anyone kasa so wo be ko school no na wo ni character na wo fa wo Ghana Canada na wo ko jiru now they go university now so Kukuru mama ye change of Mahama say ya wo 2024 ye ni ate ya dream do ye see na ma bebre eti ye to about 2024 am I that na me ene wo ekwa entumi ye eti efi ana boy se wo ko fie ana wo ko dormitory ana wo ko hall ana wo ko class na wo ni bi a wo ko ta ID card a wo ye ready se obeto about 2024 kai se ye to abama ye dache ye to abama ye ni no ha o di ye je ye to aba ebi sida na ma NPC for ye no shio mo na dache bi o mi na wo kwan ebe bi o ma ye ni bi ma o ma ye nyama ebe bo ye me de the GD said me na wo ye dache ni ba o be tumi so na wa bo ho ba ya ma ye na aye ni ene sike ni ba eni na etumi akole ni prakopa no ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia me na wasi no
Dr. Bawumia
kingdom of darkness. Now, dear, when you feed, and they are feed, and then they are free. I think it is hard to oh, I get himself. And this is where number 62 and I go 62. Watch out, the CEO. The only constituency there were 8 senior high schools and there were 2 special needs schools. There was school for the deaf, there was school for the blind. The only constituency Papa Dr. Baumia, they can be car for him. But they wouldn't make it down. They wouldn't make it down. It's an affair of people into details. Well, tell me, Minister, this is a man that I asked him just one question. And saying, I'm not going for presidential primary. Yes, he made the election. Besides, said, what motivates him to run for the office of president? I say it's about the people. I say it's not about us, but about the people. And creating opportunities for all manner of people. This is a man or a patron for lepers in Ghana. Before I went of course, school for the blind to donate items to them, white clays, laptops to teachers, and to commission a lab for them. Or therefore they are informed to check. It's a doctor and the vote they are informed to check for you. But when you're in the Oba, Obetia, that's what they discuss. And anybody, this is a man with a vision for the future. He believes that in spite of our challenges, there is hope. And that's it. So what will be action? Not only that's all, and also only vision and dangerous. This is a man that one of the mayor president and the addition himself as late when delivery is still the man. Now, Panina, now Shemisu, Sana, or Jim or for coming home, Sana could tear the person, and for all manner of people, he gives you. And he's a strong man. The difference between Dr. Baumia and his opponent is that Dr. Baumia belongs to the future. And the opponent belongs to the past. And so, the next thing a vote for the NDC candidate, a retirement vote, was President Mahama, one man everyone interview. The only politician in Ghana, when the assemblyman, when the member of parliament, deputy minister, vice president, former president. I said, Ghana for 38 years. In the old line bill, water bill, now I give you a Ghana. So basically, when you listen to the depth of the policies of Dr. Bawumia, now they compare the young media and Charles. Aside that, his policies are targeting the youth, creating an opportunity for all. And more can the name about I am here for one simple mission. About to now, the Mayan fan said a normal vote. Elections going about to so and about to Susuma enter about 20%. Ubetini aya wadi se wokotoama Dr. Bawumia. Wona bikwansori kon wo akohia ubusieni. Wasi yankotia ha. Yenka two dot. Castorento, Hebadigo. Ubeyire no na wo vote no na akoyibiye. About to the Susan so e kan bi say Otu Abapa and then put to Sosoba. Dr. Bawumia comes before you today not for his own self, but for the future of the young people of Ghana. And then because of him, the chapel seller's son can dream of wearing a white shirt. And I want to tell them, what's been the phone? My brother says so. School are winning robotics competition in the world is from this municipality. I say we have a lot to offer, and I believe that a vote for the strong man who has a passion to deliver and the determination to achieve. Now, Simon is 2 lines that I refer to way on the and a way of the Sika. And nothing I know me, yes, Dr. Bawumia vote to me. And then, our votes alone cannot make you president. That's the truth. We will need each and every one of you to be able to fear. The last elections, you have 55% of the parliament and 72% of the presidential. This year, presidential, we have 85 to 90%. Now, parliamentary, nobody don't tackle. I must put a big copy. It's a seven years old. But let me also conclude with this. We will not be intimidated in this election. NDC in the month of March said they were winning by 57%. In May, they said they were winning by 52%. There's a between March and May. 5% a few normal calculations. Now we are in August, so you do the calculation from there. I can tell you we are winning this election on our strategy and on our terms. Now this election, there will be no demilitarized zone. It's either you belong to the ball side and I say, kingdom of darkness side. If you join the law side, you are near to manage. Now, make them and for those watching us on the big screen outside, one demonstrator, Dr. Bawumia said, fear and we fear. So, Doctor, you are welcome. Even at home, I had a young vote, young fact, but I'm moving to
Thank you very much. Akropong North, my dear, Mubasamamo, my dear. Madam Wase, this election, as has been said, is a very pivotal election. We have come to a crossroads in our development. In this election, the direction we go will determine the future. We have to make a choice. Are we going to go into the future or go back into the past? Do we want to go forward or backwards? That is the choice that faces all of us. It's a critical choice. You know, my opponent has been president before. Isn't that the case? He was president. He is a former president. When he was president, what did we gain from his presidency? He cancelled teacher training allowance. He cancelled nursing training allowance. Under his government, chalk in school was a problem. Chalk was a problem. Under his government, junior doctors worked for 11 months without pay. Under his government, teachers worked for 3 years for 3 months' salary under the 3-month policy. Under his government, we slept in Tumso for 5 years. 5 years under his government. When we complained about unemployment, that we needed jobs, he said he was not a magician to create jobs. And when we said we were suffering, he said he was a dead goat. Do you want us to go back to him? Should we go back to him? Should we go back to him? No. We don't want to go back to him. He came into government with a mindset of impossibilities. He never thought Ghana could be better than what it is. I am coming to seek the presidency with a mindset of possibilities. I believe Ghana can be as good as any other country in the world. We can be as good as Singapore, as South Korea, as the UAE. We have to put our minds to it and do the right policies and work hard. And so we have a big choice to make. The mindset of impossibility of my opponent made him think free SHS was not possible. When we mooted the idea of implementing free SHS, dear men of kind, or say, yet me, or say, Anka, or no, I was Sasikana, on finance free SHS, and yes, I'm of kind. That's what he said. He said that it was a 419 promise. But we said it is possible. And we went ahead to implement free senior high school education in our very first year in office in 2017. Very first year. The economy that could not provide chalk In 2016, in 2017 was implementing free senior high school education. Then we have gone even further. Today, senior high school students, we are providing all of them with tablets, with all their lesson materials and textbooks on the tablets. And we have restored teacher training allowances. And we have restored nursing training allowances. And in addition to that, we have implemented STEM education. We have implemented free technical and vocational education in addition. Today, our focus on education is because we know from all the empirical evidence that education is the key to development. All the studies in economics about what really drives growth, what drives development, is about education. That brings innovation, that brings technology. All of it depends on education. And so, it is not surprising that we have brought in free senior high school education, but we've also absorbed this examination fees of all the BEC students. And we're doing a lot in that direction. So you will see that we have provided 2,700 vehicles to the Ministry of Education since we've been on office, and 2,000 motorbikes to the supervisors in the educational sectors. These are major developments that we have put in place. Today, technical universities have been established, with polytechnics upgraded to technical universities. Teacher training colleges, which used to offer diploma, are now offering degree certificates. And we are basically pushing education up in Ghana. And we are going to do much more. During the time of the NDC, just think about it. They were able to establish or bring into being 3 public libraries. 3 in 8 years. 3 public libraries in 8 years. NPP in 8 years, we have established 72 public libraries. 72 compared to 3. So you can see who is taking education seriously. 3 compared to 72. And that is very, very major that we have done. We have also invested 6 billion Ghana cedis in technical and vocational education training in the last 7 years. 32 state-of-the-art TVETs that we are building. Major and a retooling of the 34 existing NVTIs. We have undertaken a major focus on technical and vocational education. And this is telling you what our priorities are. Beyond education, and I've focused on education because of where we are, that beyond education, you will see that since we've been in office, our performance has been superior. Agri sector, we've performed better. Industrial sector, our growth is better. Jobs, we've created 2 million jobs. since we've been in office in the last 7.5 years. 2.1 million jobs that we have created. That is much more than any government since independence. And that is very important. We've built more roads than any government in the Fourth Republic. We've built more airports than any government, more railways than any government, more schools than any government, more hospitals than any government, more fish landing sites than any other government in the Fourth Republic, more court rooms, more courts than any other government, more public libraries than any other government. We've laid more fiber optic cable than any other government, more sanitation facilities than any other government, more sports facilities than any other government. When we came into office, the whole of Ghana, there were only 3 astroturfs in Ghana, the whole of Ghana, 3. Today we have 150 astroturfs and count. So when it comes to the normal development that you see, there's no way my opponent and his record can compare to our record. He cannot. It's not even close. If it was close, he would have even said it. But it's not close. Let me give you one statistic. When he was running for president in 2012, we've looked at his manifesto. He made 280 promises. 280. He did not fulfill 203 promises. 203. He only fulfilled 28% of his promise. 28%. Compared to us in 2016, our manifesto, we're fulfilling 83% of our 2016 manifesto. 83%. And his was 28%. And in our 2020 manifesto, we are fulfilling about 80% as of today. And we have not yet finished a year. 80%. We are fulfilling 80%. So you see the contrast. You see the contrast. But I'm running to be president to build a new Ghana. To build a new Ghana. I think that if it is left to the records, as I've shown you, my opponent cannot match. And this is why he doesn't want to debate with me. He does not want to debate with me because the records don't favor him. He will not debate me because I will expose him, because he can go and lie about me, but when he's face to face with me, he cannot. I will beat him down with data and facts. So he cannot come and debate with me because he has to come with data and facts. We debate with data and facts, and he doesn't. Those data and facts are not with him. I want to build a new Ghana. I want to build a Ghana for the youth. A Ghana that is going to be transformed. A Ghana that is going to be globally competitive. I believe, as I've said, that we can be as good as any nation. We can be as developed as any nation. And this is why I said, with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. Let us not be limited. Let us not be limited in our mindset. I believe that we can achieve a lot. And I've been saying this before I became vice president. I wrote a book about 14 years ago. In that book, I was making that case that Ghana needs to prepare and Africa needs to prepare for the fourth industrial revolution, for the digital revolution. And this is why when I came into office, I focused on preparing Ghana for that revolution. This is why I said, let's issue the Ghana card. Let's issue the Ghana card. We've done it. We are one of the few countries in the world with digital ID cards. The United States does not yet have a digital ID card. The UK does not yet have a digital ID card. Many countries in Europe last year gave their countries up to 2030 to issue digital ID card. 2030. Ghana is already ahead. We've issued a digital address and every part of Ghana has an address. We are the second country in the whole world to issue a digital address system. There's a whole world. We've issued mobile money interoperability to make sure everybody is included financially. Everybody has a bank account. Mobile money interoperability. When I said we were going to do it, my opponent said it was not possible because no country in Africa had done mobile money interoperability where you can move money from the bank account to a Momo account and from Momo account from one telco to another. That whole thing. That whole from bank to Momo, to one telco to another. No country in Africa had done it. They said it was not possible. I said it is possible. And we have done mobile money interoperability. And today, even when someone sends you money from abroad, it comes onto your mobile phone. You don't need to go to Western Union anymore. And we are the first country in the whole of Africa to do the mobile money interoperability that we have done. Where we can do it. We can do it. We can move this country to another level. We have brought in drones to deliver medicines to remote areas, places like the Afram Plains and so on. Drones are delivering medicine. When I heard of the technology, I got up and went to San Francisco, met with the company Zipline, and I said, this technology can help the poor in Ghana, the remote areas, the rural areas. Come and set up in Ghana. They have set up in Ghana, and we have set up 6 drone centers. One is in Akropong here, right? One is in Enum here, and we have others. And what you see is that the drone centers remarkably are manned 100% by Ghanaians. Ghanaians are running the drone centers. Young people like you are running the drone centers. And Ghana, your own Ghana, the whole world, in terms of medical drone delivery, Ghana has the largest medical drone delivery in the whole world. The whole world, we are leading in medical drone delivery. It is possible. We can make and go to another level. We have done an e-pharmacy in Ghana. All the pharmacies in Ghana are now part of one e-pharmacy platform. All the pharmacies. So if a doctor prescribes you a medicine, you can go onto the e-pharmacy platform and find which pharmacy near you has the medicine and what price it is. Ghana is the first country in Africa and one of the few in the world with a national e-pharmacy platform. It is possible. We can lead the world in many areas. We are networking patients' data in all our teaching hospitals, in all our regional hospitals and district hospitals. For now, we have completed the networking of the hospitals and digitalization of the patient data. So today, if they refer you from Wa or Dodowa to Kolebu, you don't need a folder because all your records have been digitalized. You go with your ID number, Kolebu will enter it, and all your records will be available to the doctor. We are doing it. We are the leading country in the whole of Africa to do this digitalization and the networking of the hospitals. Not even in the United States do they have this type of networking of the hospitals across all the states. And Ghana, your own Ghana, is leading Africa and will be one of the few countries in the world to do this. We're digitalizing many operations, and we are preparing for this fourth industrial revolution. Let me speak about one thing. I want to transform the way our economy works. Today, our economy is a cash-based economy. Isn't that the case? It is a cash-based economy. Everything you want to buy, you have to gather the cash to go and pay for it. If you are buying a motorbike, you're buying a mobile phone, buying a car, buying a sewing machine, buying a television, buying a fridge, everything you want to buy is largely buying cash. That is a cash-based economy. So your paycheck does not go far at all. In the developed world, they operate on a credit-based economy, not a cash-based economy. So if a worker wants to buy a fridge in the United States or in the UK or Canada, they don't have to go and buy the fridge all in cash. They will go and they can buy it on credit and pay small until they finish paying for the fridge. If they want to buy a TV, the same thing. They will pay small. If they want to buy a car, it's the same thing. So the paycheck can give you more consumption possibilities and a better standard of living. In Ghana, your paycheck will not get you to half of the month and it is finished. Isn't that the case? I want us to bring what is happening in the developed world to Ghana, and we will have a credit system and we will be able to buy things and pay small and make this thing available. The difference between Ghana and the other countries is what they call the credit scoring system. In the developed countries, they have the credit scoring system. Everybody has a credit score. The financial institutions and the credit rating agencies can assign a credit score to everybody. So if you have good credit, you'll get the credit extended to you. If you have bad credit, you may not get credit extended to you. And so, what we didn't have in Ghana, why we didn't have a credit-based system in Ghana was because the building blocks for it were not there. Unique identity, an address system for everybody, and bank account for everybody. Basically, that problem has now practically been solved. We have the Ghana card, we have the digital address system, we have mobile money interoperability, which makes practically every mobile account a bank account. So the good news is that hopefully before the end of this year, Ghana is going to start credit scoring and will build a credit-based system for all this country. Now, that is going to dramatically change for everybody, to bring more discipline to the system and allow our workers to have more access to opportunities to do that. And so this is a game changer. And as I said, I want hopefully for us to start it even before we go for elections. And that is where we are heading. And so we want to build a country that is completely transformation. And I want to ask to do so many things in this. Let me bring my remarks towards a close by telling you, because you are all very interested in education, some of the things in education that I want to do as president. I want to focus. So far we focused a lot on senior high school education. I want to focus now on early child education. Early childhood education. We should put a lot of focus on that, because that is where the foundation is built with the children. So I want to focus on early childhood education. And I also want to focus on special needs education. Special needs education. And I think that, you know, we haven't focused on it enough as a country. I want to bring about a golden age of a focus on special needs education. And that's why I want to recruit 1,000 special needs teachers. 1,000 special needs teachers, so that they will get into speech therapy, occupational therapy, and so on, to help our kids who have special needs. I also want to upgrade and modernize the 1628 special needs schools, so that we bring them up to world-class standards. And I have proposed, and I'm going to implement, free tertiary education for persons with disabilities. All persons with disabilities will be entitled to free tertiary education. I also have a solution to the perennial problem of uncompleted projects in many of our schools, secondary schools, tertiary schools, and so on. We have so many uncompleted projects. And the reason why we have so many uncompleted projects is that government is also waiting to look for the cash to go and pay the contractors. I want us to move away from that. I want government to ask the private sector to build these facilities. Build these facilities, and we will rent them from the private sector for the schools. Once it's the private sector building it, they will finish very quickly because they want to collect their rent. So we shouldn't wait to pay fully for 700 schools to be built. That doesn't make sense. Let's change the model. Let's ask the private sector to build. Whether it's the dormitory, whether it's the dining hall, whether it's the classroom, let them build. We will rent it from them, and we will pay small, just like we will do under the credit scoring system. When we do that, there will be completion of every project, and then the get fund resources that we have will be really available, because you don't have to spend everything trying to, you just pay small for these different facilities, and you save a lot of money for other things. So I believe that the infrastructure in school, my realignment of government expenditure, from government to the private sector, is going to be very, very important. I want to make uncompleted projects a thing of the past, and all the schools and universities, training colleges will have all the facilities they need, and government will pay for them over time with the private sector. And that is going to be very, very transformational. I also want us to establish an open university that allows us for so many people to get online education. And that is going to be very, very important. For the youth, I believe that we should train 1 million youth in digital skills. The world is going digital, and youth who are trained in digital skills do not necessarily have to be university graduates. As long as you can read and write, even if you dropped out of school, we can teach you to code. Kayaye are being taught how to code. Kayaye are being given different skills. We can teach the youth, 1 million youth, digital skills, and you can sit in Akropong and be working in America, in Canada, in the US, in Japan, because you have got digital skills. So that is where we want to go. We want to give a lot of opportunities to the youth. In conclusion, let me say that the choice between my opponent and I is very stark. But going into the future or going back into the past, he is looking to be president for 4 years. For 4 years, it means if you vote for him, he doesn't have to come back to you. No accountability. He just is gone. It is bye-bye. He doesn't have to account for you. If you vote for me, I'll be looking to be president for 8 years. I'll have to come back and tell you what I have done after 4 years before you will allow me to continue. And that is why with me you will get accountability. And where we are in Ghana, we need consistent policies going forward. We don't need one step back, two forward, 2 steps backwards. We need consistent policies. A Bawumia presidency over an 8-year period will give you consistent policy that we can have. So what we are looking at in 2024, I want us to vote for a new president. A new president, not a second-hand president who is coming back. We want a new president with new ideas, new vision to come and change this country. That president is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the MP is Sami Aruku. Vote for Sami. Let us get 80% of the vote here in Akropong, and go forward. Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Question time. Now the flag bearer has finished his message or delivering the message to us. We will therefore make room for the one